Rainwater falls and works its way into the ground, recharging or replenishing groundwater supplies, ensuring there will be plenty of water for us to drink. But have you ever wondered where the rain goes when it falls down on streets and buildings and can't penetrate the ground? The Mercer Museum in Doylestown, PA, presents a diverse array of exhibitions on historical, cultural, and artistic themes. Its core collection of pre-industrial tools and artifacts of everyday life was founded in 1897 by Henry Mercer. Many of these materials are on permanent display in the reinforced concrete castle built under Mercer's direction between 1913 and 1916. Inspired by Henry Mercer, the mission of the Bucks County Historical Society is to cultivate among its audience a broad appreciation and awareness of the past, helping people find stories and meanings that both sustain them in the present and aid them in approaching the future. The museum announced in October 2006 a $10 million capital campaign for expanded exhibition and program space. When the Mercer Museum began the design of its new wing, engineers and architects were confronted with a critical problem: how to manage the additional stormwater runoff that would be generated by the roof and pavement surfaces. When rainwater falls on buildings, streets, or other solid surfaces, it becomes stormwater because it can no longer soak into the ground. In an area like downtown Doylestown, every bit of extra surface area that prevents rainwater from returning to the ground greatly increases the amount of stormwater flowing down side streets and into storm drains. This is extremely important to nearby residents worried about how the extra storm water falling on the new addition would flood their basements or wash away their landscapes. Have you ever wondered where the rain goes when it falls on streets, buildings, and parking lots and can't penetrate the ground? Starting around the 1950s, stormwater began to be regarded as a waste product that needed to be disposed of, so that it didn't end up in basements of the many houses in the new developments that began to appear after World War II. Stormwater needed to be guided away from houses and vulnerable basements to avoid flooding and damage. Structures like gutters, leaders, and downspouts were installed to carry stormwater away. But where does all this stormwater go once it comes out of the downspout? Downspouts were designed to funnel water into the road where it enters storm drains. Most storm drains carry water directly to local creeks and streams. All of this extra water entering the creek can have a devastating effect on the creek and the wildlife that is dependent upon the creek. Let's examine how this happens. Storm water enters the storm drains on the streets, travels through underground pipes that lead directly to the nearest creek or stream. Water levels in the creek rise substantially, causing the water in the creek to run faster and stronger. Not only does the action of this higher, faster water cause erosion, the extra water has the capacity to pick up and carry stones, twigs, and logs along for the ride. These floating objects, coupled with the extra water, increase erosion along the banks of our creeks and streams. Stream banks break down, the level of the creek forms, and stream banks rise up vertically instead of spreading out gradually. In essence, we eliminate our floodplains. So when the museum was planning for the new addition, 3 best management practices were incorporated into the plan. Let's take a look at them.